y'all? Welcome to my internet family. Y'all, we are back with another banger. It's your girl Braxton Simpson, and you have made it to my channel. So before we get started, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe right now. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers this year. We are trying to make an impact, okay? So if you're ready to join my internet family, go ahead and do that. Today's video is about nailing the interview. How do you nail the interview? How do you land an internship? How do you do all of that? And I'm here to tell you. For those of you that are new to my channel or maybe just don't know me, I have had quite the experience while being in college. Since being in college, I have landed 3 internships consecutively every single summer. And then currently, I have an internship. I actually have 2, I guess you could say. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So I'm an agricultural science major and a political science double major. And I absolutely love my majors. So of course, ag policy has definitely been a thought. I've just always had a passion for feeding people who can't feed themselves. And ag policy kind of would allow me to do that. Agriculture would allow me to do that. I see a lot of people here in this neighborhood, specifically Black people, low income, low access, and they don't have access to the fresh food that they need. And so if I can influence that by way of policy, that would be amazing. I also want to help people in a plethora of other ways. And so that's why I can kind of see myself more in the policy realm. But you know, we're going to get there. So one thing I'm here to do is just to kind of give you guys some tips on how to navigate, how to land that internship, what you need to do, what you don't need to do, and how you can be successful in this field. I'm about to tell you guys how my internships have set me up for success. So I came in my freshman year, didn't know much about agriculture, but what I did know is that I had a passion for feeding people who could not feed themselves, and so that's what led me to ag. I was just open to trying something new. I honestly knew what internships were, but I hadn't really made a plan to get one. I know that sounds bad, but my freshman year, I really wasn't thinking about that. And my mentor at the time, she was just like, Braxton, there's this internship with this company, and you should go out for it. And what I decided to do was that I was just going to put myself out there. I was going to be okay, which is tip number 1. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Sometimes you're going to have to do things that you don't really want to do to get where you want to go. And so in order to get where you want to go, sometimes you got to do things you really don't want to do. Some of those things for me comprised of research. You know, I didn't think I really would want to do research, and I ended up actually really liking it. And it helped me to build my resume. So when I actually applied for this position, I was marketable at just as a freshman. I went out for this company. I was able to interview. I was able to nail the interview. And from that point forward, I mean, the rest was history. I had a 3-year paid internship consecutive as long as I did what I had to do when I got there. So before we get there, going along this journey, how did I nail the interview? First, I always say if you look good, you feel good. I'm really feeling myself in this video, you know, period. I feel like if you look good, you feel good. And when you look good, you perform. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So you have to prepare to win. You have to prepare to nail the interview. You have to prepare for success. And if you prepare for success, you will indeed be successful. And so that starts with how you look. If you're looking good, you're going to feel confident. They're going to believe you're confident. That automatically helps when you're confident. Next, what is so important for me personally is you want to just be personable, conversational with the interviewer. You know, you want to show them that you're a real person. You don't want to come off as just a robot and I have my answers to the T and I'm going to answer them just like this. You don't want to just kind of seem like you're inhumane, you know. You want to keep it personable. But a method. I'm going to give you guys some real tangibles, okay? So let's do these skits. The STAR method. STAR. Situation, task, action, result. And so that's how I answer my questions. A lot of questions these days are behavioral. It may not even be so much you know, specific to the job title itself or the job description itself, but it's more so going to be just about what kind of person you are. How do you handle situations? How do you interact with people? That's what they want to know. They want to know that they're going to be able to work with you and they're going to be able to watch you grow within their company. One thing I always do before I start my interviews is I write star on my paper, the paper next to me. And so I always remember to answer my questions in that way. For example, if somebody asked me, Braxton, tell me about a time where you were given a task and it didn't go as planned. Maybe I'd answer like this. Here's about a time where, you know, something that I wanted to happen just did not go as planned. Being a member of my organization, we had an event that we wanted to do, but COVID-19 appeared. That's the situation. So what I decided to do was find alternative methods for us to be able to still conduct the events in a virtual space. That's the task. Now the action. And that's kind of the action too, to be honest. Then I went to my committee and I made sure that I spoke with them and tried to figure out action points and different ways that we could make sure that we could execute this same event from a virtual space. The results. In the end, we ended up having a successful event. We were able to impact the students on our campus from a virtual space. So although we did have a problem that arose, we made sure that we were able to find alternative methods to do that in a virtual space considering COVID-19 and wanted to make sure that everyone could be safe. Situation, task, action, result. So that's kind of how, you know, just clap it up. Okay, clap it up for me. That was good. But you know, that's how I answer my questions. I try to do situation, task, action, result for every single question. I mean, let me tell y'all something. Don't try to like get in there, try to do the absolute most, and try to make sure you hit every single point to the point where you're stressing yourself out and it looks very unnatural. Just don't even do that. What you do want to do is you want to try to get in the habit of practicing how you answer your questions. You know, what happened? What was the problem? How did you solve it? And what was the result of that? And I think if you could do that, you'll be very, very successful in the interview. Okay, so where was I? We just did the interview. We nailed the interview. We got the call back. And so normally what I would tell you to do, and I've actually had some experience doing this now that I'm a senior, graduating senior. Okay. So I've had job opportunities that have come my way, negotiating. Now, of course, with the internship, it's a little bit different, but depending on circumstance, you know, if you know, you're far away and they're not paying for housing or whatever the case may be, you may be able to kind of finagle something. I have had opportunities where if I've returned, I've been able to get a bonus. But you know, internships are kind of sometimes, you know, they are what they are. I do want everybody to know that, one, if there's a freshman listening, you can't get an internship. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't get an internship because you're too young. They're out there. There's opportunities. Put yourself out there and you can do it. Second, there's this myth that you can't get paid for internships. You can get paid for internships. Every single one of my internships have been paid, and there's those opportunities are out there for you to get paid over the summer doing the things that you love. It's absolutely an option for you. You just have to make sure that you continue to apply and put yourself out there in different ways. Not to say that unpaid internships are not good. You know, they're definitely awesome. It's great for your experience, great things to put on your resume, great industry experience. But there's also, you know, paid opportunities out there. So after I finished the interview, you know, you get the offer for those that are getting ready to transition into the next phase of life. What I've always been taught is, you know, sometimes you have to know your worth. And so companies are always working with a range, right? So if they offer you $60,000, they might be working with the range up to $80,000. So maybe you can kind of finagle something in between at $70,000. Know your worth. Women, especially my women out here listening, my Black women listening out here. It's so common that we do not speak up and we do not put ourselves out there for opportunity because we're scared. Some of that imposter syndrome, feelings of inadequacy, or that we should just be grateful to be there and that should be it. But you have to know your worth. And when you know your worth, the sky's the limit. And so, you know, don't be afraid to negotiate a little bit. The worst they can say is no. What you can and do owe yourself is, hey, you know, thank you for the offer. I'm delighted. I'm excited to join the team. Is there any upward mobility in the range? You know, like I said, the worst they can say is no. And I mean, the best they can say is yes. You got your little rights, okay? Moving forward, so after you land the job, now you have to perform at this internship, at this job, whatever the case may be. The first few months, well, all of the internship, first of all of an internship is a tryout, okay? It's a tryout. And for me, I look at it as a tryout because I knew there was an opportunity for me to come back at the end of the year. So every time I was looking at it as a tryout, hey, you know, I need to perform these 3 months solid so that I can get an invitation back next time for level 2, and then for level 3, and then for a job opportunity, right? That's the way that I looked at it. I spent my time working very hard. As Black people specifically, we know that sometimes we have to work 2 times as hard, run 2 times as fast, jump a little higher. Because of that, one thing that I always made sure is that I was there early and I stayed late, you know? And I'm not saying do the most, burn yourself out, but you know, coming 10 minutes early and leaving 5 minutes late is an investment that I would say is amazing. And plus, it gives you some time to get settled and really just get your thoughts together before starting the day. So that's a tactic that I've definitely adopted. Additionally, just getting to know people.
Networking.
Networking is so freaking important. My second internship was in a corporate arena. There were so many people in my field of customer care, all the way to marketing, finance, engineering, you name it. I took it upon myself to meet people in every single department because you never know. There's opportunities everywhere. Don't limit yourself because you think that's not what you're supposed to do. Don't say, I'm not going to do this because I'm not this major, or this doesn't seem like something I would want to do. If an opportunity arises, don't necessarily turn it down unless you just have a better offer. But take that opportunity to learn because you never know. This might be something that you end up liking a lot that you never thought of, or it might be something you end up not liking a lot and now you know that's something you don't want to do. Either way, you win because you figured out a different phase for your life. So networking was huge for me. I made a point to meet with 50 people in the summer. And so that's what I did. Every day, I met with somebody for 30 minutes at least. And, you know, picked their brain, learned about what they did, got that connection, connected with them on LinkedIn, followed up. Before I met them, guys, informational interviews are huge. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're not on LinkedIn, get on LinkedIn now. I mean, LinkedIn made the difference in my internship because I was able to connect with people before meeting them, learn more about them, have conversations and talking points for meeting with them. It was able to be conversational because I knew a little bit about them before I got there. But those informational interviews, because even you can follow up with them or you can see people or connect with people and be like, hey, I would like to communicate with you. I would like to talk with you. I would like to learn more about you, what you do. Do you have 30 minutes? Can I have 10 minutes, 15 minutes of your time? That makes all the difference. And so I built my network by over 50. So those are people that I have in my book now. And so when I'm looking for different opportunities, as I'm moving up in my career, post-graduation, I have all of those different people from all different aspects of life and for wherever life takes me to connect with. And of course, you want to stay followed up with them after the fact. It was great for me to connect with other people like myself, other women, other young people, other Black people. If your company has any business resource groups or little points where people kind of have their own little communities, I would definitely recommend joining those because that's how you meet people. I was able to meet so many people that are AKAs or other Greek organizations that went to historically Black colleges and universities. It was just a whole reunion while I was there. In that aspect as well, and that led to other things, other opportunities when I was, you know, at my internship in a whole new city, meeting new people. It was awesome. That was huge for me. One thing that I wish someone would have told me about the importance of interning and landing the job is to realize that there are going to be times where you're going to feel overwhelmed. Things are going to seem hard, where things are going to seem like they're just not going your way. But what I want to do is to encourage you to, once again, step out of that comfort zone and be okay being uncomfortable because it builds courage, it builds grit, it builds confidence. To be honest, guys, I left home every single summer. I've been to Iowa. I've lived in country, rural Nebraska. I've lived in St. Louis. I have been all across the Midwest, and for everybody that knows me, I am a Southern girl from Atlanta, Georgia. Definitely a big switch for me. And I mean, I'm going from being in the city, you know, interacting in that way, even here in Nashville, where I'm at school, to literally being in the middle of cornfields and beans and, like, you know, on digging and plowing and looking at finding disease. Listen, these are things that I never saw for myself, and these were new worlds that I've never been privy to, new communities of people that I've been able to interact with. And that's another thing. Don't be afraid to move. Don't be afraid to move. Don't be afraid to leave. That goes with, like, getting out of your comfort zone. But you leave when you grow. When you get out of your comfort zone, you grow. When you grow outside of your comfort zone, the places that you will go. The places that you will go. I think leaving for my internship opportunities has been the best thing that I could have possibly done. Not being able to rely necessarily on my parents for everything to be so accessible to me, and being able to figure things out, because most of my internship experience, of course, yes, was professional, but there was a lot of life lessons that I learned by leaving. And so I definitely recommend leaving. And now that I'm getting ready to graduate, I am okay with leaving. The job opportunities that I have had have all been, with the exception of one was in Atlanta, but have been out of Nashville, out of, you know, Tennessee. They're out there, but I'm not scared because I've done it before and I've put myself in uncomfortable situations. And so now I'm in a position where, although I know that it'll be different, I know that I'll be okay. Last thing I want to tell you guys is, you just want to ultimately set yourself up to be successful, right? I'm grateful to be in this position where, you know, I've been able to lay the groundwork, and now I'm seeing the fruits of that labor in job opportunities, which all the information that I just provided to you, I'm literally going to apply to my next phase of life. And so I'm excited to be able to have options. I'm excited to be able to embark on a new journey post-graduation. And it all started and was rooted my freshman year, you know, as a girl who didn't really know what she wanted, but just knew she wanted to be great and was willing to take a chance on herself and step out of her comfort zone. And so no matter what phase you are in life, no matter if you are a freshman in high school, a freshman in college, you know, a mom with 3 kids, literally just step outside of your comfort zone, because that is literally where you will grow. That's the best advice that I can give you about internship experience and work experience. You just want to be very, very prepared. Put yourself in a good place. I mean, do the things that you need to do. Prepare for that, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's my best advice. You need to prepare, look the part. You need to have your resume. Your resume needs to be together. Whatever it is that you've done, you need to make sure that it's together, and you need to utilize career resources, utilize the Career Development Center, utilize the resources, your friends, your mentors, to check over your things and make sure that you have something amazing. And if you guys want me to do a resume workshop or a resume video, you guys drop those in the comments, because we could do that next. But that's a wrap for this video about how to land the internship, how to land the job, the process, story time, the whole 9. If you guys like this video, put a thumbs up for me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you once again for joining us here. And welcome to my internet family. We love to have you. We love new subscribers. I hope that you guys really were able to take something away from it. I know I had a great time just kind of reminiscing on my college experience and being able to share some of the things that have been helpful for me as far as, you know, career life. Adult life. But yeah, I think I'm probably, ooh, it's my stomach, girl. I gotta go eat. But I think I'm gonna take you guys with me along this journey. I'm excited, guys. Little plug. I'm excited that we're getting started for real with this YouTube thing, that we're taking it seriously in 2021, because I want to take you guys with me on this journey of this new phase of life. I'm getting ready to graduate in May. It's currently February, the end of February. I'm gonna graduate in May, go and start my job, and you know, life is changing, life is evolving, life is getting better, life is different, you know. There's so much different things, different aspects that are going right now, and everything is honestly, it is uncertain. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm excited. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. Peace.